right, today's question comes from Jerry in Florida. Jerry writes, my wife and I are debt-free besides our mortgage, and I'm having a tough time combating a family member who happens to work in wealth management. Oh, geez. This family member believes that using credit cards and paying them off is a great tool to build credit. This family member also believes that using a credit card is better than cash because of the rewards different cards give you, miles, cashback, etc. With this member working in finance, they are more informative than I am when it comes to managing money, but after listening to you for so long, I can't wrap my head around what they're saying as the best option to build wealth. What's the best way to have a discussion with this family member that I can stop feeling pressured? Whoa.
I love you, and I don't agree with you, and we're not going to be able to be around each other if you don't shut up. How's that?
Or, hey man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just not into using credit cards, and I know I've heard there's some great things, but I'm just not into using them. But I appreciate it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, you don't get a vote.
Yeah, don't get a vote.
He's just a doob. He happens to be in your family, but he's a doob.
Yeah,
and most people have doobs in their families, and I have family members that vote the wrong way. I'm not going to discuss politics with them because they don't know how to vote. They're not good at it.
And let's look at his family member. Using credit cards and paying them off is a way you build credit. If you care about credit, then that's a thing.
And if you think that credit is going to cause you to build wealth, which is an interesting dichotomy because most millionaires don't believe that.
Correct.
Now, little doob in the wealth management business believes that, but he's 26 and has an MBA.
So he's correct. I'm just opting out of that system.
If you want to build credit, yeah, but building credit's not a method to build wealth.
No, it's a waste of, it's a fun way
unless you're wanting to build wealth for the bank.
It's a fun way to run around in a circle and make other people rich. Can you get rewards from using credit cards? Yes. I have chosen in my house with my family to opt out of a system because my flights are not free. The person who pays for my flights is a single mom who can't make her payments, who somebody said, if you use this little plastic card, it'll get you till next week. And she's buying my flights, and I refuse to let the people in the margins pay for crap my family's doing. I'm opting out of that system.
The number of millionaires in the largest study of millionaires ever done that said they made their money on cashback rewards and airline miles is precisely zero.
Zero, none.
None of them. No millionaire ever said, I became wealthy with airline miles. And that's just dumber than crud.
But it's different, Dave. I mean, it's not different. People think they're beating the system, but also the way those points are presented as though the bank or the gas station is hooking you up. These flights are helping you out because you're bros now. They're not. They're not your friend. They're not your friend.
But here, the overall answer to how do you deal with the pressure from a doob family member is simply this. Those convinced against their will are of the same opinion still, my grandmother used to say. So you're not going to be able to argue with him enough to where he quits being a doob because he is a professional doob. I mean, he's just a doober, okay? And so you can't talk to him. You can't talk him out of being who he is. You can't present enough information that he's going to change his mind. There's not going to be an argument about it. And so so once you realize you're not going to be able to change him, he's not going to be able to change you, then the best thing we can do if we want to remain on good terms is not talk about this subject.
Correct.
Because I'm just going to get pissed off at you.
And let's think of the word pressure. Pressure comes from two sides. There's got to be a bottom to it, and it's got to be compressed. I don't allow people to put pressure on me because I don't feel like my back's up against the wall. I'm not going to engage in the conversation. I'm going to walk away from you, right?
Yeah. The first time I had this, I had a guy that was a car dealer that was a Christian, and he called up and called up a friend of mine we had a mutual friend, a pastor, and the pastor said, hey, so-and-so wants to meet with you because he believes, as brothers in Christ that you all have an honest disagreement, and he wants to have a discussion with you about it. Well, he's a car dealer, and he sells car leases. And I said, well, yeah, I'll be happy to meet with him, but the net result of the conversation when we're done is he's going to go back to the office and lease cars, and I'm going to turn on a microphone and say, if you lease cars, you're stupid. And we both love Jesus. But I'm not going to talk him into not leasing cars, and he's not going to present any information as much as I know about the subject that's going to make me suddenly believe leasing cars is a good idea. But this was early in my career, out of an effort at spirituality, I thought, well, I'll sit down with my brother and we'll try to talk. That was a complete waste of air. It was a complete waste of air because nothing was going to change as a result of the conversation. And we did manage to get out of it being kind and nice to each other and agreeing that we're not ever going to agree, and that, but he didn't go back and go, I'm going to quit leasing cars. Your little Duber wealth manager is not going to quit using his credit card, no matter what you say. So just quit having the conversation is the point. It's useless. I answer questions for people that ask them, not for people who don't ask them.
That's become a life-changing bit of wisdom for me over the last few years. I only answer questions that I'm asked.
Yeah. And so my friend the other day leased a car, came over to my house to show me his new car. It's a fabulous car, by the way. Oh, God, it's a great car. But he didn't come over there for me to teach him about car leases. He'd already made his decision. So he didn't say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. He didn't do that. He just brought his stupid car over, and I love his car, and I love him, and he's an idiot for the way he bought it. But the car is amazing, and I love him, and that's great. And, we've all got a friend that's not smart, and I got one too, and so, but he's got a great car for a little while he rents it, but, that's it. And so, but that, you just got to decide what conversations you're going to enter into. And I'm not going to sit and preach at that guy. It does no good. He's got a car sitting there. Why? You think he's going to take it back because Dave Ramsey doesn't like it? He's not going to take it back. He didn't ask my opinion. He just asked my opinion that I like the color. I do. It's a beautiful car. There you go.
And you might go buy it after he pays for all the depreciation off the lot.
Yeah, probably not that one. But it's a good car. It was a fun conversation. But it's like my cousin's mine's not, but I have had this question over the years. My cousin's a whole life agent, and he sold me the whole life policy. Well, you're not going to talk your cousin into the idea that whole life sucks. It does suck. It's a horrible product, but you're not going to talk a whole life agent into that fact because he'd have to quit his job if he had integrity. And so this is a big conversation. You're not going to talk him out of it. But you can just explain to him, I'm no longer owning the policy because that's my territory. I get to make decisions inside that fence, and I'm not going to play anymore. Well, we're not going to talk about it anymore because you're not going to talk him out of it, and he's not going to talk you into it if you're smart.
Right. Yeah. It's walking away. Walk away.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Can't teach you to vote the right way. We're not going to talk about politics. It's just, there's no reason to argue. Trump's crazy. Biden can't finish a sentence. Trump's the problem. He probably caused Biden not to be able to finish a sentence. And so, my God, they're just all evil. And they're, the whole thing. Well, their combined age is 156. There's part of the problem. But, yeah, oh, my God. But, you people that fall on one side or the other, there is no
You just
talking
caused
to
about 114 wrecks in the United States of America just then.
Well, add it up. If these two Dubers run for president, we're going to have a...
It's going to be sponsored by Insure.
It's going to be sponsored by, what's the diaper? The adult diapers? Yeah. Oh, God. Nursing home commercials everywhere.